G'day and welcome back to Spakovo and Vintage Survival and Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, I've fixed my error from episode 1 and have purchased a new fertilizer and lime spreader. This is from 1970 according to the in-game dating system, but it is also a Lizard branded fertilizer spreader. I'll just deliver it back to the little farmstead and then I'll show you in the market where it is. So just reverse. Oh, we're going to hit the cultivator. Yep, that's bad. Reverse it in. Missing the cultivator. There we go. So this is it here, the Lizard RCW5. Says it was made in 1970. Probably just based around that time period. So the plan for today is we are going to do a few contracts to finish out August. Last episode we got our canola seeded, fertilized and limed. I believe that they're all limed. Oh no, that one needs lime, does it? It does. Okay, so we can lime that. And then we'll do some contracts. Get ourselves sorted. I'll just pick this back up. Get ourselves sorted with some contracts. Get a little bit of our money that we lost upgrading to this fertilizer and lime spreader. And then we'll skip ahead to September and we'll get our wheat fields planted and see where we're at there and what the plans can be. Alright, let's see if I can use this. Lower the roller. There we go. Oh, it's got a massive spread on it. Holy. Oh, we're missing that edge. Correct. There we go. That's pretty good. This thing will be done in no time. Huge spread of lime. Beautiful. Love to see it. Turn it off. Turn around. We'll head over this way. Do this section of the field. I hope this lime will last. But yes, just to recap on the main rules. It is a vintage survival if this is your first video. So no equipment from the year 2000 or later. So I must use equipment from 1999 and before. Hence the 1970 lime spreader. No leasing. No loans in any way. I can do contracts, but I must own the equipment myself. So I can't borrow the equipment to do the contracts. I must own it. This is awful without GPS. I apologize to anyone that this is upsetting. And yeah, we're aiming to have a big chunk of change, seeing how far we can get and upgrade our equipment while staying within that time period of 1999 or older. Oof. We're not going to have enough. That's a shame. That is a shame. So I'll go fill it up. I'll come back. I'll finish the field off. And when I see you guys next, we'll be on our way to doing some contracts before we skip into September. So I'll see you then. And welcome back. As you can see, we have selected a spraying contract on field 57 and a harvesting contract for field 76. Now they should both be relatively quick jobs, so a little bit of cash coming in, and then we'll skip ahead to September and start planning that wheat in our fields. So it should be good. Relatively easy, chilled out episode. We probably won't get to buy a new field in this episode specifically, but as long as we're on our way. And oh, it's this cornfield, I'm assuming. Yeah, this has to be it. Field 57. Oh, alright. Oh, wait. Hang on. Is this the right one? I don't remember my buttons. There it is. There we go. Just pull the camera back a little bit. There we go. So as I say, this should be a relatively quick bit of cash coming in. And then we'll head on over, harvest field 76. Maybe do another small harvesting contract if there's one there. We'll have a quick look. But I will set you up on a time lapse for this, and I'll see you at the end. Should not take too long. Should be a very quick one. So I'll see you on the other side, guys. Okay, welcome back. So we finished the spraying contract and we're now heading to the store because I left my trailer over there. So I'm going to go to the store, pick up the trailer, and then come back here to field 76, which is this wheat field, I believe. And then I'll go get the harvester, bring the harvester over, harvest the wheat, and then we'll get through that contract ourselves as well. So it shouldn't take too long. There it is. There's our little trailer sitting over there, all on its lonesome with nothing to do. Now I could drive through this field, as there's no crop destruction because we don't own the land. But we'll do the right thing. And we'll head on up, follow the road rules, make our way up to the store. I might do more contracts. I also should get a roller. I just realised as I was driving past my field, that's all limed up. They need to be rolled. Which, how much does a roller cost? Okay, I don't have any rollers installed, so we might have to give that a miss. I'll have to see if I can find some decent ones on Mod Hub, but we'll see what we can do. Get this harvesting contract done, get a little bit of extra wheat to sell. We don't get much. I think we only get a little bit, 400 litres or something, which will be no real money, but it's the contract money that we want. And then once we've done that, it should be late enough in the day for us to skip ahead to September. And then we can rise bright and early and get our wheat field seeded and fertilised. And maybe limed. Turn that engine off. Get in the harvester. And there we go. Oh, we've got some canola. Why have we got canola? Oh, well, that's a shame. Well, actually, let's just have a quick look. Oh, we'll collect that. Is there a canola harvesting job? That's too big. Oh, there's one close by. Okay, so we'll take that. And that is where? 91. Where is 91? Why can I not see it? Why can't I see it on the map? Oh, because it's further up than 76. I was looking at the map the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do the canola contract first. And then we'll empty out all the canola. And then we'll do the wheat harvest. That seems like a way better plan. That's also a little bit extra money as well, so it's not going to hurt. So that's this field here, correct? Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, just spraying the stuff everywhere. This is the good stuff. I'm aiming to buy the old grain mill and put that on our bit of land, and then hopefully with our wheat and canola we can make some flour and canola oil, but that's a definite long-term goal initially. The old grain mill is, I think it's 20,000, and we can reverse, there we go. We are a long way from that. Oh, these trees are atrocious. That's right. There we go. We'll just get this section done so that we only have to worry about the main field out there. Oh, we'll just do a big strip. Why not? Then come straight back down. See if we even need to do that last little bit. Done 14% already, so that's pretty good. But yes, we want to get a lot more land. We want to upgrade our equipment to the best stuff we can in our age range. Get a few productions would be good. I'd like to have some animals. Not sure what yet. I'd have to look at what different vintage animal sort of housing is. But I know we can get chickens, and I'd assume we could get most other stuff. So I'll do my best to look up some animal farming things we could do. The mill's my first sort of priority. Well, fields. I'd say buying land is. Especially if I can get land that has wheat, barley, oat, canola, things like that in it. I mean, sunflowers, maybe. This thing does not like reversing. Oh, it's up a hill slightly, isn't it? Yeah. Turn it off for now. Can't see anything through the trees. But we'll get it done. Turn on a dime there. There we go. Just make our way around the rest of the field. I'll also need to get a silo at some point. I think I've got some relatively cheap ones that I can build. So that might be the better option actually. Oh, this thing does not like reversing. But yeah, fields and silo are probably the priority. So I need to get my priorities in order. As much as I'd like the mill, if we don't have the wheat or the harvest necessary, it's kind of pointless. I do apologise that this episode took longer to come out than I would have hoped. I'm aiming to do an episode a week, but I've been quite sick for like three weeks to a month. And the first episode was recorded the day before I got quite unwell. Just a really sore throat. Didn't really feel like talking, doing things like that, so everything kind of got put on hold. But finally feeling well enough, so figured why not jump straight into it, make our way through it, and jump ahead to September. That new lime spreader is pretty good. Quite happy with that. It also does fertilizer, so when we need to put the second application down, we can just use that. This is so far so good with this canola. getting a decent amount in the hopper. And then we'll be able to make our way over to the store point, which I think is just over there. So that's even better. Super efficient contract. The way we're going, I have confidence that I'll make some better choices in the future. Do a bit more research next time, but let me know down below if there's any thoughts or anything you think would be wise to do. Should I just load up on land and get as much crop into the ground, or get land that's ready to harvest or almost ready to harvest? For example, some soybeans wouldn't be a bad idea. So if there's anywhere that's almost ready for the soybeans to harvest, that would be quite a good choice. And also let me know if you like seeing the contracts. If you'd like me to just do sort of a jump cut montage, because I can do time lapses. I enjoy the time lapses myself, but I understand that's not for everyone. So if you'd prefer me to do some sort of jump cuts between 2 or 3 or 4 different contracts in an episode, I just don't want to fill the episodes up with contract after contract. Sort of defeats the purpose of getting my own land and working it. I understand that it helps, but the really big money contracts are way too time consuming to make it worthwhile. I also don't really like skipping months, so there might be some episodes that are in winter specifically, just a bunch of contracts. This thing is not going automatic gears. It does not like me doing it at all. So we'll get the canola in there. I don't think that will fill the trailer up. I think the trailer's 3,500. I don't remember. Well, it's pretty close actually. Wow. Oh well. We'll carry on, get the rest of this field done. I do apologise if I sound like I'm rambling. I'm not really a big talker during these things, but I also don't want 100 montages or time lapses in a video, so I'm doing my best just to keep this one going. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. Any crops that are really worthwhile, specifically for the grain mill. So if I buy some fields, we can plan ahead. I think my next purchase is going to be the silo though, because I really do need that. And that always slips my mind in these games. I forget to get the storage space for the crops. I believe there's also, they just dropped the new Mercedes Benz Trucks DLC. And I think there's an older style truck in that. So if that's ends up becoming worthwhile, I think it's 35,000 though, which is a bit steep. But if it's really good, it might work out. I just don't know how good it is. I've done no research, and it legitimately told me it was available today. So I've not looked into it at all. I assumed it was all newer trucks, but it seems like there's an old one, or an old tractor. So we'll get this finished up. Get the canola sold. And then we'll head on over to that wheat field. Get our wheat field sorted. This will be good. This should be a little... I think this one's only worth 1,200. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I think my controller's having a moment. Because it's also not steering correctly. It's a little bit funny. But we'll get through it. We'll make it to the end. Yeah, so it's 4,000 something litres of canola. Just park this here. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna all fit. So we'll go sell. Where do we go? We can probably get over there this way, but we'll just go the right way. We'll be a good neighbour. Head on over, sell the canola. Oh, is this where the canola goes? That's the double check. Okay, so we'll just... tag it. Yep, so that is this one. I had a feeling it was, but many times when I've had selling points in different areas, have I taken the wrong crop to the wrong point. Yes, there is a fair whack of input lag from my controller here. Telling it to turn and then it doesn't turn till a good couple of seconds later. And then it just full locks like that. I'm assuming it's because my mouse is being activated by something. Alright. Sell our canola. I think we're only going to get a couple of 100 litres that we'll get to sell ourselves. Okay, so 95%. It's not terrible. Yeah, see, there's the little pathway. But that's right around. That's a big drive. Make our way back. Get the rest of the canola out and then start harvesting the wheat field. Whoa. See, I think this is a field here that I'd be interested in. I'm pretty confident that's soybeans. Yeah, so... I think soybeans... Quick save. Soybeans are ready to harvest when? In October. So if we can get that field... It's not going to be a lot of money, I wouldn't think. But soybeans will be worth a lot, especially if we can get the silo and then get the field. So that field's how much? Yeah, see, look at that. Input lag sucks. Let's see. Yeah, see, so that's 27,000. I also think I realised what was happening. I was slightly leaning on an arrow key on my keyboard. So it kept half disconnecting the controller. Alright, let's get this canola loaded up. Get that ready to go. Back up. There we go. We'll send this truck back over. We'll send this tractor back over. It's a deer. I thought it was a kangaroo. I was losing my mind then. So sell this canola. Sell the wheat. Jump ahead to September. And then plant our own wheat. And see where we're at. I just cut in front of traffic, didn't I? Sure did, buddy. Come on now. Crazy drivers. It's exactly how they drive here in Perth. Absolutely awful. Okay, so this should be the last little bit. I think we'll get 200 or 300 to sell ourselves. Which again, will not be a lot, but hey, it's an extra 380. So now we complete that. Hey, so we're back to the money we had before we upgraded the fertilizer spreader and the lime spreader. So we're good. We're back doing alright. I do like this little tractor. It's not a bad bit of kit. We'll definitely need to upgrade it at some point, but for now it's doing pretty good. I think it's got 120 horsepower, so that should get us through most of the equipment we need. But we'll see where we're at the end of this field. I do wish I could just cut across these. I mean, I can cut across them, but I'm trying to be good and only cut across the ones that are necessary. Didn't turn the engine off, that's good. Wasting the fuel. Oh, it's barley, it's not wheat. Okay. That's my fault. So we'll get this field of barley done. And then we will jump ahead into September. So I'll throw you on a little montage, guys. Not a montage. A time lapse is the word I'm looking for. I'll throw you on a time lapse. And I will see you in September. And welcome back. Now, as you can see in the top corner of the screen, we have accepted another harvesting contract. Now, I don't know if you noticed during that time lapse, but I made a little bit of an oopsie foopsie, and I sold the first 1,000 litres to the wrong selling point. So now we have 400 litres of barley left in the harvester, and I think we still need to sell 1,000. So we need an extra 600. for that contract. So in order to do that, I have picked up another barley contract that allows us to keep 700 litres. So we're going to head over to that one with the trailer. We're going to come back, get the harvester, and then we are going to carry on our way. So a change of plans, so to speak. I will not make you watch that harvesting contract. Instead, I will just cut a few snippets of it and make it into maybe a 10 or 15 second montage. But yeah, I made a mistake and it's gonna cost me dearly for time. So now we need to make our way down the road to field. Where is it? Field 187. Which from where we are is way down here at the bottom of the map. It's quite a big field, but it's the only one that would allow me to just waiting for the harvester to decide, there we go, that it wanted to change gears. But it's the only contract that would allow me to get the required amount of barley. So I will go ahead and do that contract now, and then when I see you at the end, we will jump into September. And welcome back. We are almost done with this second barley field. We should be well and truly covered. The first delivery finished off the original contract, and now we only need to deliver 3,700 litres of barley to finish this contract, which we should be well and truly over. We've got 3,500 in the trailer right now. That can take 3,800. So we are definitely more than okay. I don't know if I mentioned it in the first episode or not, so if I did, I apologise. But I am going to try my best not to use the AI workers for field work initially. I'm going to try and do everything myself as much as I can. Obviously, once I've got a whole lot of fields and a whole lot of things to do, that might change. But for now, I'm trying my best to do all the field work myself. In saying that, I did use the AI worker to drive the tractor to the delivery spot. Once it got close, I took over and finished the trip, did the delivery and then drove back. But it's a long drive from this field to that delivery point, and doing that 4 times would have taken an insane amount of time to finish this field. So while the worker was driving, I was managing to get another full tank, and now we've got a full trailer load, and what's left in this harvester is all ours, basically. Not that we can do anything with it other than sell it, but it's a little bit of extra money. So what I'll do now is I'll do exactly what I said, and I'll get this on a worker. Alright, let's get a target location. Right there will do. Facing that way. Hopefully they go. Perfect. And then we'll follow behind in our combine. Actually, I think the combine goes slightly faster. Okay. I don't know if I trust this person driving my tractor, but let's go. We're going to overtake because we go 2 kilometers an hour faster. And she is bouncing all over the place. She's still moving. Nope. Why did she stop? This is not going to work. It worked great the first time. There we go. I wonder if I messed it up by driving in front of it. It'd be really cool if you could pick a specific worker, because then you could sort of, I don't know, you could sort of RP it a little bit, roleplay it, that you've got a specific like worker on your farm that's working for you. But it's just random, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to head on over there, sell all this barley that's in the hopper. Oh, sorry man. He's sturdy. What a solid bloke. Absolute tank, that guy. So this should do us for August. We should get this finished, contract completed, get the tractor, trailer and the harvester back to the homestead, and then it will be on to September. Hopefully no more mistakes like what I made today. It would be nice. I'm also trying to maybe only do 1 month an episode, but at the current rate it might be 2 episodes a month, depending on what we've got to do. But at the current moment it's very clearly 2 episodes a month, as episode 1 and episode 2 have both been in August. So we would have been in September by now, but I made a mistake. That's an oopsie. But we corrected it. Got a little bit of extra money anyway, so it's not all bad. It's just time consuming and not really what I want to do. So as I said, we'll get this barley all sold. We'll get the tractor trailer and harvester back. Can I get down this road without cutting the field? Oh yeah, very nice. So we'll get everything back, and then we'll jump ahead to September. I may even speed the time up so that I can't spend too long in 1 month. It might only go up to 3 times speed. 2 feels a little slow, but hopefully the next episode is more of our field work and less of other people's. I understand it's a way to get money, so it might not be the worst idea to do some more, but in the future I won't make them the focal point. I wonder if I can even do this with this. Oh, it's pretty straight up. Oh, I can. It's working. Hey, look at that. Good work. Perfect timing. Look at that. Saving again. So we only need to deliver 3,100 litres. So we get an extra 700 litres of our own, which would be an extra $200 odd. Give or take $200. Maybe a bit more. But we're getting there. Might cover the worker contracts. Oh yeah. Hey, certainly did. $400. Perfect. Finish that contract. Hey, look at that. $10,000. Not too shabby. So I'll get this tractor and trailer home, and then I feel like next episode we will start off in September. Thanks for hanging around, guys. If you do have any opinions or ideas of what might be a good thing to do, comment them down below. Let me know if you like the time lapses, if you'd prefer me to just cut some stuff out, especially with contracts. I don't mind cutting out contracts if I'm doing them. Sort of show you a before, a during and an after. more than happy to do that. But let me know. Leave a like. I appreciate you hanging around. Subscribe for more of the future episodes. I'm aiming, as I said, to get them out once a week. That's the goal now that I'm feeling better, and I feel like I should be able to accomplish that now. But I appreciate you hanging around, and when I see you next time, it will be September. Take care, guys.